My favorite part of Mario Odyssey so far is the various choices you can make as far as which political factions you choose, and the interpersonal relationships that result through which stores you patronize and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that scene where Mario gets arrested by the police, it made it real to me.
Hi there, welcome to Character Select. My name is Brookes. I'm joined by my co-host Mark.
Hello.
Character Select is a show where we're going to make a very silly game character, an illustration, their gameplay mechanics, backstory. We're making it all up on the spot. We have 3 ideas each, and we are recording at the same exact time as last week's podcast, so we haven't played Mario Odyssey yet. So don't worry about those spoilers that we just threw at you at the beginning. Still anticipating it.
Actually, I read the spoilers online.
Ugh.
Mario definitely gets arrested.
That ending is pretty poignant, I think, for 2017.
And then they just roll the credits with no music.
Yeah. Things have changed a lot since the original Super Mario Brothers. The world's changed. We gotta bring things into the 21st century.
It's very grounded. I can appreciate that.
Speaking of Mario,
yeah,
we're not gonna stop talking about him, I think, for a while. Our last character, I wouldn't say sabotaged.
No, he turned out great.
He turned out great. Our last character.
Modern Mario in a realistic setting. If they remade that garbage Mario movie,
yeah,
the live action one,
it would look a little something.
Yeah.
I like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mark, my first idea says absolutely isn't Mario.
Okay. Wow. Okay, that really narrows it down.
Yeah.
Because I can think of at least one character that is Mario, and now I got to come up with one that isn't.
This is me like...
Oh, I'm sorry. 2 characters that are Mario.
Right.
Where you have regular Mario and Weakler Mario, or Green Mario. Whatever
Right.
you want to call him.
Weaker Mario?
Green Mario. Okay.
This is like my blitz. This is my fail-safe card.
Okay.
I threw it out there so that we had a distinct difference from last time.
Watch as we go on, all my cards can be like, wears overalls.
Yeah.
Attacks every turtle he sees. Okay.
You ever just let a Koopa be?
So he's not Mario. Maybe we could turn that into a thing where, like, instead of just being, like, completely not Mario, he can't even share any of the same traits as Mario.
Exactly.
So completely not Mario in any way.
The anti-Mario, which is just Wario. No, doesn't share. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't share any traits at all.
Okay. So that means our character is a young female. What's the opposite of plumber?
Electrician.
Okay, well, maybe. All right, well, we'll see where it goes, I guess. Okay. Unless you want to add anything to it.
No, that's perfectly great.
Okay.
That's more than I thought we'd get out of that card.
Great.
Yeah, go for it.
Would you like to hear my first card?
I'd love to.
Okay, so my first card is attacks by being overly helpful.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I was thinking kind of like a healer character where they don't have any damaging moves.
Right.
Like, what would you do?
So they attack by helping others.
Yeah, so they'll help the bad guys. So that could be like in a physical way. It could be like joining their side and being like, "Oh, well, let me help you out. Oh, I screwed it all up. I'm sorry." You know,
an act of kindness, like a gift of food that ends up being an overindulgent type thing.
Or they just attack them with love.
Yeah.
They like, "Oh, I got you a nice gift. It's a nice little puppy."
Or like the old Looney Tunes where like the giant character hugs and squeezes a character till they suffocate. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Just because, before we go into battle, I think we need a hug.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I don't feel like fighting anymore.
I don't want to. Cool. Okay. That's a very interesting idea that, like, unfortunately, I'm not wrapping my head around a relevant solution to it yet, but I'm going to keep
You have to narrow it down. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to keep thinking about it.
Okay. All right.
And I like it a lot.
Cool.
I want to respect it with a good response.
All right.
My second card says, choose loudly, and says, "Oh, wow, this is so good." Almost every bite.
Sounded a lot like Jack's films right there.
Did I?
Oh, wow, this is so good, guys.
So good. Today's sponsor is PETA.
Right. That gives you, like, an accurate date to this episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Seeing as how he makes like 1,300 videos every day.
Yeah. He's got a good work ethic. He's just out there hustling.
Okay. Yeah, that is really annoying.
Oh, wow. This is so good. Sorry, I'm just trying to help you envision dinner with this person.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. And you think that if someone enjoyed their food that much, they wouldn't let any of it escape their mouth. But it happens, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So this sounds like a really annoying person.
Yeah. Who's attacking with help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds like it would be infuriating to a bad guy.
It almost feels like...
He's like, no, I don't need more PPE equipment.
Right, yeah. It almost is like the mental anguish that's brought on by them trying to help is causing the damage to happen.
Right, like they're so overboard. They're like, oh, this is a great meal. Wow, isn't it a beautiful day? Oh, I just love hanging out with you. They're like, oh, you're really like ruining my evil vibe.
Yeah, they're like beyond extrovert and just like they make anyone want to curl up and read a book by themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just needs some shelter from all the kindness.
Right, exactly.
And
it's too much.
Overabundance of joy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, cool.
What's your second idea, Mark?
My second idea turns to the dark side at least once a week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. But like...
Well, not
for a day.
Not the literal dark side.
Yeah.
I was thinking how in Star Wars, it's always like a thing where the Jedi are being tempted to the dark side, and then they fall to the dark side, and then they're redeemed.
Right.
And this person goes through that cycle like all the time. Like they can't help it. They're always constantly something tragic's happening, and like, oh, you know, I'm evil now. I'll fight for the dark side, you know.
Right.
And then they get redeemed.
Yeah, and like the nature of the Force is that it's sort of the light side is like this selflessness, and the dark side like really tempts your selfish side with things and giving into things. Yeah, so I like that. Like the dark side is sort of selfishness.
Right, yeah. I didn't mean the dark side literally. I meant how you're taking it, like just like a metaphorical kind of like turns bad.
Giving into the temptation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever that might be.
So it's some kind of sinful and divine, very loud food.
It's too much.
It's too much.
And they're like, I gotta have the rest of it.
Oh, it's so good.
And just like hulks out and like busts down the door looking for more.
Yeah, exactly. In their help and their electricianiness. Yeah.
Because they're still an electrician.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a weird character.
So they just go overboard and everything. And a lot of times it leads them down a dark path.
Right.
And they just need someone to grab them and be like, hey, you know, that's not what life's about. Life is exciting and pure. And they're like, yeah, that's great. And then they just run off in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I like this. Like their over exuberance and like excitement for life is them actively battling this temptation of like giving into something. Yeah.
Right. Because it all stems from the same thing.
Right.
Like over enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Except for this character being on the light side gives them electrical powers.
Yes.
My third idea.
Yes. No, it makes them conductive.
Right. My third idea is character is controlled via a webcam, a la PlayStation Eye or Kinect.
Oh, okay. So you didn't mean like a Twitch streamer where they just walk around with a camera?
No.
Okay.
This one is like you gotta get up out your seat.
Oh, okay, like a video game.
Dance to the moves. Oof, that's more of a gameplay mechanic thing.
Okay, so they're controlled.
They don't have to. Okay, I mean, you interpret it how you want.
Okay.
I was thinking that this is the controls for the fake game that our character inhabits.
Oh, so in the not real world of people playing this not real video game, they have to control it like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We should have a fictitious name for the game that all these characters are going into.
Yeah,
eventually.
we have like 3 different tiers of fictional worlds. We have like the fictional world where people play this game.
Yeah.
Then we have the fictional like world of the game, and then we have the fictional scenario where they're all battling.
We also have the additional tier of one of the characters being an esports player.
Right, yeah, that goes one level deeper.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. We'll come up with a name for that eventually, because we're very good at naming things.
Right,
as people know, 17 or so episodes into this. Yeah, so it doesn't add much to the lore or mechanics, but
I think that would be really fun to play though. If you're playing like a really over the top person.
Right.
Just like it's going to be a lot of dance moves.
Right.
It's going to be a lot of hugging.
Yeah.
You're like probably going to blow a lot of kisses at furry animals.
Sure.
Yeah. You're going to pet a lot of animals.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a lot of, because I know that the Kinect is kind of looking for your silhouette, so you're doing a lot of larger than life arm out stuff. Yeah. Cool.
This game will come out in this fictional universe, and it'll be like, finally, a reason.
A reason to find
use the Kinect in 13 years. Or
finally, a reason to find a used Kinect for $13 on eBay. And
right.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that lends itself. It's good that our character is just over exuberant.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
What is your third idea, Mark?
Okay. Light bulbs for eyes.
Okay. Oh, they're electrician with a light bulb.
Definitely,
eyes. Yeah. Wow. Light, dark side, electrician, over exuberant. Once a week, they live so intensely that their eyeballs go out and they get burnt out.
And all they see is darkness.
Yeah, and in that time period, they mentally go very dark.
Oh, wow.
Still maintaining the selfish or the temptation thing. I don't know.
Dang, that's
Something
really
else.
out there.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe that meant that they were a robot. Mm-hmm. And then that could explain why they're like, whoa, master, life is amazing. But
why would a robot have light bulb eyes, Mark? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
They have light bulb eyes in Star Wars, man. Have you seen C-3PO? He's got light bulb eyes.
You're right.
They do light up. But you want them to be an electrician with eyes that are light bulbs? They're so into... How did that happen?
When they're doing electrical work, the power in the circuits are like, just let us in. We'll overpower you. We'll give you the power you've always wanted.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like it charges up the eyes, but then it's too much power and it blows them out.
And so she puts puts light bulbs in their place.
one time a week, it gets to be too much. She gives in.
Oh my god.
She forgets that last week she was terribly depressed.
It's too excited. They burn out. And then she just sees everything in a depressing state.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is too real.
Dang.
Is it too real?
It's pretty, a little gruesome.
Gruesome? Yeah.
With their eyes burnt out, but it's fine.
I mean,
I just, for some reason, when you initially said that, I pictured their eyes like power going through their body.
Right.
And their eyes like expanding and turning into light bulbs.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's fine. They lost their eyesight because of electrical accident.
Yeah.
And
that also enhanced them. It gave them a taste for electricity. First,
and it
it's
makes
always
sense
free.
for someone. Yeah. For someone, luckily electricity is so cheap.
It
can
is.
really keep going.
Yeah.
But when you imagine electricity, it's jumpy, sparky, and that matches their personality. So it makes sense that they'd be a buzz with electricity if they had electrical powers.
Yeah. So that's the name of our character, a buzz. After you listen, no, I'm kidding.
A buzz.
A buzz. Yeah, I like this a lot. And you kind of have to think about the lines that this character's saying in the game is
We've used all your cards, right?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, great.
Yeah. So the lines that the character's saying in game are very I'm trying to keep it up here without descending into the depths of my and you playing this character is just constantly doing the Kinect dance.
Because again, you attack by being overly helpful.
Exactly.
So you try to cheer up the bad guys and turn them into good guys.
And that's what the subtlety gets through to them that you're not very happy and it bums them out. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I like that. I don't want that idea to go to waste of
That's funny.
attacking by being
I really like it.
Yeah.
Man, I think we got this idea in the bag.
This idea is very there's just one string to pull to collapse it all into itself into a perfect neat pile of IKEA lamp.
Okay. Great.
The paper lantern things that collapse if you
No.
As far as what she's actually doing in the game, piercing stare.
She
shock powers.
Oh, there's little fluffy animals running around the map, and you got to go catch them and bring them to the bad guys to try and cheer him up.
Okay. Yeah. And when they do that,
You give him a hug.
you give them a hug.
And you dance for him.
There's a couple of things here. Yeah, I feel like I just want to make sure that your first idea gets the
Text
done
by being helpful.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because you really did want to turn that into something cool.
Yeah, I just want to do it justice. Maybe doing things for you that are developmentally essential, like, oh, don't worry about,
Like,
I'll do your homework for you,
yeah.
that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also-
I took that the other way around.
Oh, okay.
Like, she's being helpful by being like, oh, no, you can't make evil plans tonight, you know.
Right.
You got to go to the gym,
Yeah.
buddy.
Also, every time she eats, she's going, oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah. Can't forget that.
Can't forget that.
Okay.
I think a character that is using electricity to cause social anxiety in other people is kind of where we're landing.
Social anxiety? How?
Yeah, because she's so over exuberant that you're like, I just gotta get out of here. I can't deal with another. Like
I
that.
need to go to the good guy's side where she is in it.
Sure.
Because they're all fine and happy for the most part.
Yeah.
So she's not really interested in them. She's interested in the bad guys because she can cheer them up.
Sure. So in this online arena, how does that transfer to like actual abilities?
I like my idea where you could chase down like fluffy animals and then bring them to the enemy.
Yeah.
Without them like attacking you first or something like that, and you dropping the animal. Because if
Okay.
you get it close enough, the animal jumps on them, and then they're like, oh, ha ha ha, and their evilness meter goes down, which is also their health.
Sure.
Because in this game, yeah, the evil characters are defeated when they become good.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
that's how that works.
And maybe her light bulb eyes do a piercing stare in a line of damage or something.
Right. She could, okay, because you have electrical powers for whatever reason. You could use that as like some sort of like damaging attack.
Yeah.
But, oh, that's the power. It's like Samus in Super Smash Brothers.
Right.
Like you have two different modes of playing.
Right.
So her regular mode is like cheering up the bad guys.
Yeah.
But when it happens too much, her
Yeah.
eyes burn out from excitement, and then she turns into like electrical mode.
Yeah, okay, like the eyes are like the thing keeping them all together. Like they're the stabilizers basically, and if they burn out, then she just goes crazy with electrical energy.
And I think it would be sort of like just a timed thing.
Right.
Like after you do enough attacks, you just switch into a different place.
Yeah. I like that a lot. That feels like another character, maybe that's a little bit like
But it's not as powerful.
Yeah.
So the people on your team would want to go to you.
right.
And like you just need to be around them enough, like almost like capturing a flag in an online game.
Yeah.
You know, like in
Yeah.
a radius of them.
Right.
And that'll cheer you back up to where you start doing your powerful
That's
helping
really
attacks
cool.
again.
Yeah, so our character's almost like sort of not quite a support class, but also maybe along the lines of like a captain or a squad leader type
I think
character.
it's just like a very unique kind of like
yeah, who's also being controlled via PlayStation
Yeah.
Kinect.
Yeah. very difficult to play as.
Yeah,
But very powerful in the right hand.
exactly. I like that a lot. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I've got the
We've
game
got it.
loop in mind now
Nice.
for it. This is good. Cool.
All right.
I feel like I really do get the character now. Makes a lot of sense.
I like it.
It's a good one. It's a unique one.
I like
It's a little bit along the lines of Covert Quill. Like it's just way too bonkers for
Right.
an actual game, but
Right.
it works. So her name is
Has to be something that's excitable.
something with watts or ohms or volts. Cheer volt.
Ooh, I feel you're onto something there.
Yeah. Revolt.
Cheervolt. Happy words and electricity.
Yeah. Overabundance.
No.
Ooh, surge. Something surge. It's very surgy. Like joy surge.
Sure. Joy surge. Nah.
Happy surge.
Joyce.
Joyce.
Joyce?
Surge.
Joyce surge.
Joyce surge. I mean, that's
Joyce,
very.
the electrical person.
I liked.
Mr. Spark.
I liked Cheervolt.
Cheervolt.
Yeah.
Amy of the amps.
Uh,
The current of happiness.
I think. Do you mind if we settle on Cheervolt? Or
Sure, Cheervolt is fine.
Only because it's a nice little sort of descriptor of what's happening.
Cheervolt.
It's not a character you just completely understand immediately, I don't think.
Yeah, I get it. Cheervolt.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, Cheervolt.
Yeah, okay.
I'll just say it more until you
Cheervolt.
say yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Cheervolt.
Yeah, Cheervolt.
Great. I love Cheervolt.
Hey, yeah, Cheervolt.
Makes sense. Cheervolt.
So after we record this and before you hear it, I will be illustrating Cheervolt. Mark will be writing a bio for Cheervolt. We'll have a little gameplay mechanic section, a little compilation, a little time lapse of that right after we stop talking. If you are not already on YouTube watching this video, you can head over to Character Design Forge on YouTube. If you'd like to support the show, you can go to iTunes, subscribe there. There's audio versions of the podcast. If you rate and review us there, it helps other people find it, thus the support. Or you can go to patreon.com/bageldenizen. Among other things, you get early access to new episodes of the show a week early, and you help us out a little financially.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
You know? If you find yourself listening to every episode of Character Select and going, oh, it's so good. I want to meet you in person. For one
Okay.
thing.
Sounds like Cheervolt.
A little bit.
Wow. I love this.
Oh, it's such a good show.
Record more.
Wow. Oh my gosh, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for joining me, Mark. Oh, wow.
I had a lot of fun.
Is this cumin?
Cumin? Okay. Bye, everybody.
Appreciate you. Okay, so as you watch this art time-lapse, here is the bio that Mark has written up for Cheervolt, starring two of your friends from the incompetent agency known as the Rule of Tube. But don't you want to pet him? Cheervolt asked, holding out the wild puppy. Unnecessary, small one, SB3392 replied. Visual observation is sufficient. It's a good boy. Stop talking to that dang kid and get up here. SB's partner, Agent Bias, shouted at him from up the path. SB hustled his way to him, Cheervolt in tow. Cheervolt ran up to Agent Bias, drawing a flower in the air out of ribbons of electricity. I don't have time for your devices or app or whatever it is you're using to do that, Agent Bias told her, peering through binoculars. SB, there's some punk teens over the next hill, he said. I can smell their avocados. SB? Agent Bias turned around and saw SB shooting strawberries into the air, which Cheervolt gobbled up excitedly. Oh my gosh, Cheervolt yelled between bites. It's so good, I love it. I said quit messing with the kid. I need... Agent Bias yelled, but then quieted as Cheervolt began to change. Her light bulb eyes grew brighter and brighter, until finally they burnt out. Electricity hummed and crackled in the air around them. SB? Agent Bias said quietly, backing away. I think you should stop feeding the kid.